Hello, hi, it's me, toxiclowfive. No, yes, I'm here to complain about more Swordburst 2. Well, it's not really complaining, it's just me talking about what they could do to fix the game if they want to keep it going. Now, I know a lot of people, a lot of the devs like Atomic, BGM, who else? I can't really think of any of the other devs because I don't really talk much of them, only like Atomic, maybe Blanca. But anyways, I know Atomic and I think BG really want to keep this game alive. And the only way I can think of doing that is by doing some of these steps. Now, if you have anything you want to say on how to fix the game and how it would make you happy as a player to like keep this game going, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you have to say, but this is my humble opinion on the state of this game. Now, right now, the balancing in this game is just all over the place. For example, we have these new event legendaries that do 4,000 damage, right? So this spear does 4,000 damage, and then if we go to something like World Slayer, for example, do we even have a max World Slayer? It does 3,000 damage, so it already does more damage than a floor 11 dungeon weapon, right? And it still does more damage than Terminus, and that's a problem because right now, the weapons are so strong that aren't on floor 11. They're so strong that a lot of players can't get the kill. So say somebody gets World Slayer, they max out, it's like finally I could go grind. And then there's a bunch of people with like burst weapons doing 10,000 damage. 10,000 damage with 19% crit. They can't get the kill. And that was an example on the stream. If I find the clip, although we were streaming for 4 hours, so I probably won't. But we were grinding the floor 11 mini bosses, and there was a guy with World Slayer, he couldn't get the kills. So right off the bat, balancing needs to be changed. I don't care what they have to do. I don't care if they have to nerf everything down. But right now, we shouldn't be doing 10,000 damage. I think it's too much, and it's too strong. It really is. I think burst weapons as a concept is an amazing idea. I love the concept of crafting a really powerful legendary, but right now burst weapons are just too powerful and they do too much damage. It is not fair to like lower level people that don't have a burst weapon or even a freaking tribute. A thing they can do what I think they could do for nerfing first is all of the burst weapons should do more damage than 1,000 more damage than or maybe 2,000 more damage than the max level whatever floor we have. So say we're at floor 12 and the max damage you could do in floor 12 is 5,000. Let's just put that. Then we should be able to do 7,000 with our burst weapons, and then on top of that it would have better stats. So instead of only 20% stamina health regen and 10% health stamina regen, it'd be like 30 stamina regen and 40 health regen with a 40 crit. And only doing it, so it would, well, maybe not the crit part, maybe the crit is a little bit OP, because then it'll be too powerful. Maybe leave the crit where it is, but the stats on it should be a little bit higher. Maybe the burst weapons also give you more, right, maybe the burst weapons could give you more running speed, so you can run around faster and get around the map a lot faster. But that's just my opinion. Next, what I want to talk about is the new skill that they just dropped, which is the C skill. I love this skill, it's really fun, but why not make it so that we can just keep using it? Like, hold it until all of my stamina is depleted. Why not let me do that? Let me make that decision on if I want to just spam hold it and just keep holding it and going until all of my stamina is gone. That would make it a lot more useful and make it better for like running around and getting around the map for people that don't like speed glitching, such as myself. Mep was the one that wanted that, and he gave me that idea, so thank you, Mep. Then on top of that, the crystal situation. Now let's go to Helmfirth. So here we are in Helmfirth. Now if you want to get a lot of crystals, the only way to do that is to either kill gem lights on the event floor, which only give rares, or the egg mimic, I think it drops legendaries, or kill a bunch of enemies and then turn those into crystals, or dismantle your your weapons that you already have in your inventory and just dismantle everything. That's the only way. Or trade, but I don't like trading. You need 10 crystals for 1 rare, 5 rare crystals for 1 legendary, and 8 crystals for 1 burst crystal. And that makes no sense. And they're planning on adding more burst weapons, which is understandable. I don't see why they wouldn't. They're planning to add more burst weapons. But do you see the flaw here? We can't get a lot of crystals. It takes 300. Let's see if we can do the math. 300 of these would give. So we're gonna do 300. We're gonna do 300 uncommon crystals divided by 10, and we're gonna get. So we're gonna get a roughly 30. We're gonna get roughly 30 from these 300 uncommon crystals. We'll get roughly 30 of these, right? Then we divide that by 5 and we get 6, so we'll only get 6 crystals, which isn't even enough to make 1 single burst crystal. That's a problem, because that's a big problem to me. I don't know if anybody else is seeing it, but that's a huge problem, because when they add in, we literally you need so many. Actually, let's do the math on this. Let's say, all right, let's say roughly, all right, let me see how many all right, so let's say we wanted to max out every single burst weapon. So we have 2 of these. You need 2 of these, right? And it takes 25 to upgrade. So we're gonna average that to like, let's just say it takes 35 per weapon to do it, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got 7. So we got 35 multiplied by 7. So we need roughly 245 burst crystals to make, oh my days. So we need, oh my days. Okay. So now let's multiply that by 8. So we're gonna multiply that by 8 legendary crystals, but it should come out to the same thing. So we need 1,960 legendary crystals. So now we're gonna multiply that by 5. We need 9,800 rare crystals. Then we're gonna multiply that by 10. And then we need 98,000 uncommon crystals. I don't know if it did the math wrong, but if that's right, that is insane. There's no way you're gonna get that many crystals and to make that many burst weapons. And they're adding more. They're adding, this is just to max every single one of these out. And that's not even to make the weapons. That's just to max them. That is insane. Bro, that's insane, man. And then on top of that, you can fail your upgrade for your burst weapon. So say I wanted, let's go back to spawn. All right, so say I wanted to upgrade this spear, right? The chances, I don't really know the chances. It's variable, but it's 100% chance. And as you upgrade, you get less chance. I'm not gonna upgrade because I don't really want to upgrade this. I don't want to waste my burst crystals. Instead, in case we need them for when we need to make more. But that's a problem right now. It's a problem. They need to change something about the crystals or how they work, or they need to make it so we could get more crystals from enemies. Because right now, the only way to get crystals is from chests. You can get them from gem lights. You can get them from some bosses. You can get them from... That's it. That's the only way you can get crystals legitly other than dismantling. And that's a problem. Because you need 98,000 to be able to max out all of those weapons. And that's crazy. If you're a collector and you like maxing your stuff, then that's a problem. That's a cool looking sword. But that's a problem. They really need to change. They need to do something. This isn't good. This is not good gameplay. This is not a good look for this game. That's one of my biggest complaints right now. The crystal system either needs to be revamped, or the upgrading system, sorry, or they need to make it so we can get a lot more crystals from bosses and increase the drop rate, make it so every enemy can drop them, make it so that chests have 100% chance of dropping them. They need to do something. They need to do something. Something needs to change with the crystal system. I think that's the biggest problem with this game right now, other than the AFK grinding. Now, speaking of AFK grinding, I don't really have a complaint. I don't really care about it anymore. I see a lot of people were hating that I keep bringing up freaking AFK grinding, but it's a big problem. It really is. I don't like going into a server and just seeing everybody AFK swinging. I'll say that to the end of time. I don't like AFK grinding, and I really hope they get rid of it soon. Another problem with Swordburst 2 right now is the animations are broken. For all of those PvPers, I know this is one of your most hated things right now. All of the animations are broken. For example, this sword right here, this is not how the animation is supposed to look. It's supposed to be different. Wait, why is it? Yeah, it's not good because it ruins we bought these animations for what they were back then. This was like really good range. Now it's just not good at all. It really isn't. It was a really good example. I think this is a great example. We have a delay on the swing for the very last swing. You see, we pull it back instead of swinging instantly. It wasn't like that before. Before it would instant swing, and it was a much more fluid looking animation. Same thing with this, and you'll notice it more if you're like hitting enemies and it speeds it up, but like it doesn't look good. There's not you don't swing the sword normally like this. So you swing it like directly forward. It's like a rapier animation pretty much on this class, but you see we're like kind of putting it to the right there a bit. It's weird. It's just really weird looking, and it needs fixing. I really hope they fix it soon. Now, this is a this one is a controversial topic, and it's my opinion, and I know what people are gonna say. No, it's the tributes. I don't like the tribute system. I think it's ruining a lot of the game in terms of balancing, especially the balancing. Because right now, a burst, let's say, I think tributes max out around 7,000 damage, which is way more damage than a regular legendary. And I don't like that. I know that is a really low drop chance, but still, it's still like really unbalanced, and I'm tired of seeing them. I don't know why. I understand why they did do the first few, but they keep adding more and more and more tributes instead of just adding more legendaries. Those weapons that are tributes could have been cool legendaries, but instead they're tributes, and I don't like them. Now, people are saying, but like, Sign, it's not hurting anybody. It's in the game. It's something else to do. It doesn't hurt anybody. But I know that, but it ruins the balancing of the game. This game was a very balanced game back in Floor 10. No, it went from, let's see, actually, I think I have all of them. It went from Sand Ursel doing like, I think a max of 600 or 800 damage. I don't even have one, do I? I don't have a Sand Ursel. Oh, wait, I do. Right. I think this max is around 800 damage. Then we had, what was next? Then we had Durandal. I think Durandal does 13,000. I don't have that. I gave that away. But it does 13,000. Then after that, we had, I don't have a Valakase. I need to get myself a Valakase. This is one of my favorite legendaries. Anyways, but Valakase does 18,000. Then it went up to 2,100 in floor 9. Right, then it went up to 2,172. Then it went from that to, I think they changed it recently, but yeah, well, this didn't used to be 2,600. It used to be 2,400. But yeah, it went up to 2,400 in floor 10. And I think it was pretty balanced. I think it was really good. Well, I mean, floor 10 stuff wasn't that much better than floor 9. But I think it was a much more balanced time in the game. The enemies were balanced. The weapons were balanced. The armor was balanced. Everything was just a perfect balance. Then floor 11 came out. It was still... It kind of got weird, but it was still pretty balanced. Because the max damage you did was like... I think it was 3,000. Then after that, the floor 11 dungeon came... Wait, no. Then the Easter event came... No, the Christmas event came out. And it was still pretty balanced. I think the strongest weapon you had there did 18,000 damage, which was a snowflake scythe. And it was pretty balanced back then. Then the Easter event came out and brought in prisms, and that just ruined everything. That's where just the balancing just went out of I don't know where it went. Then we had Salvathi. I don't know how to pronounce her name if you're watching this, but I think, in my opinion, a lot of people were mad at the nerf for the Prism back then, but I think it was a great step, a balance in the game, because I think Prism had dropped from 4,000 to 3,400, and I think that was a way better balance than doing 4,000 damage, but it still wasn't that good, but it was still way better than 4,000. My point is, right now, the balancing in this game has a huge problem, and it needs to be fixed. Level 100s can't get the kill on the floor 11 boss because, well, if there's people there, if people are using freaking burst weapons, not Trinity, freaking tributes or anything that's super strong, and I really hate that. I really want that to change, and I hope that some of the developers can see this and do some changes, because right now it just isn't good that I can just go AFK grind on any floor I want. Right now, if I wanted to, all I gotta do is put on some healing, these healing things, put on leave this on, and then go to floor 11, and I could go kill all 3 mini bosses by just AFK grinding, just because I have this amazing armor and this amazing sword that does 10,000 damage. That's a huge problem. I don't care what anybody says. It needs nerfing. Nerf it, please. Please, you don't need to change the level on it. Just make it so that it's slightly stronger than the most damaged weapon on the newest floor. So I made the example already. I don't need to make it again. But that's me just ranting about Swordburst 2 for a bit. No, I don't hate the game. I still like the game. I saw an argument, people saying, why play the game if I hate it? I don't hate the game. I just hate what they're doing to it right now. And I want it to be fixed. I want things to change, and that's it. Oh, that's Ash. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah.